All right, welcome back, everyone. We've got another tournament game lined up as Greg faces Ware once again for their second match in the best of three series. After their previous encounter, this matchup has a little extra weight behind it as Greg now has the chance to knock Ware out of the bracket with a win here. Ware definitely needs to apply as much pressure as possible as this is a must-win game. For anyone looking to get involved, the ranked PvP section of the official Gates of Hell Discord is running comp games and tournaments regularly, so definitely check us out. But let's see how this one plays out here. So we are on the map, I believe it's Balzerwerg Swamp. We did flip sides, so this time we do have Ware as the British and Greg as the Finnish. Ware went with the all-around doctrine, which has the Staghound CS, which is very, very powerful. Greg, on the other hand, went for the Lend-Lease, so expect to see probably a Panzer IV, maybe Nebelwerfer or the Werfram if we get to that point. But based on last match, it was a fairly quick game for Greg playing as the Brits. We'll see if he can kind of apply the same pressure as the Finns, which definitely seems to be a better counter maybe so far from what I've kind of seen and played with to the Brits. So Greg is rushing a full squad out to his point. Ware is in the middle first, and Ware has kind of split off a couple, looks like single buys maybe, to his point, including some AP miners, which is an interesting buy. He's going to hide him behind, but Greg definitely has cap weight, and Ware's supporting infantry are just getting shredded here. I don't know if the single AP miners this early was a good strategy. I know what he's doing. He wants to mine it off, but he probably should have rushed a full squad there. Because this doctrine can definitely get a couple squads out if you do the buys correctly by the 2-minute mark. And he's got a motorized squad, which, in my opinion, I don't like very well. Greg has pushed out of his point. He's digging in, so Ware will have to push pretty hard to get to Greg's point. I think Greg is probably trying to make this into a 2-zone fight, primarily the middle, and then probably onto Ware's home point. But Ware had a decent hold in mid. He has now lost it, though, to the Finnish overwhelming infantry superiority, which is probably the downside so far, I would say. It's got the truck, which came with less men than if he had gone with one of the squads, because the squads come with 10. I believe that one has 7 to 8. And he's also pulled out a Bren carrier. It's not terrible, I guess. He's looking for a vehicle to kind of give support. And he is slowly pushing up his guys as well. And now, with that infantryman's death, he has started to flip the cap. But Greg is still on a 2 cap, and he is going to take middle at this point. It's going down to a 1, but it'll go right back up to a 2 in a second here. This is where it just doesn't have the pressure in middle. Greg's continuing to push up on his flank, which is good. Love to see that. And he is kind of coming in between the 2 points, which is really nice as well. Because he's going to cut off any reinforcements, even with this Bren carrier here. There's really not much to worry about. The Bren will take out a couple, but he has an AT rifle coming up, so hopefully that AT rifle will be able to deal with that carrier shortly. Ware's got guys going back into the middle, but Greg has moved up pretty sufficiently, so he's going to catch them as they come in. The AT rifle is going on to the Bren carrier, so a couple hits there. Crew shocked. So Ware's going to back it off to try to save it and keep it alive. And he has pretty much cleared off the majority of Greg's infantry from his home point. Looks like there's one guy left, so as soon as he deals with that guy, hopefully we'll see him push out and kind of finally get to use these AP miners. So that will be a pretty good deterrent for Greg if he mines the point correctly. But we can see kind of the natural counter here in terms of British infantry versus Finnish infantry with how many guys Greg truly has in this middle point. There has to be at least 2 or 3 squads there compared to where's one squad that's now been pretty much demolished. Where it does have another squad kind of in the middle trying to counter Greg's push into the middle, and he is going for his AP mines as well. Although I probably would have pushed them out further because he is going to, I mean, Greg could just easily walk into the point still and not really hit them, which probably isn't the best thing. But we are at the 5-minute mark. Looks like Ware went for the Crusader AA. Greg went with a pack gun. So that'll be a pretty good counter. I don't know if he was expecting the Crusader AA or maybe the Staghound, but Crusader AA should be able to get a couple shots off, but he's got no vision because there's no infantry. This is definitely a downside at this point. This Crusader AA could be going to town on these guys in the middle, anything he sees, but without the line of sight or the vision, it's not going to do much at this rate. And Greg's going to be able to kind of sneak that pack up like we're seeing over on that kind of lake hill. He's likely in range. Where can't see him. Where could easily, yep, looks like Greg is going in. He's got the range. Looks like he does kill 2 on it. Crew shock, hold broken, not destroyed. So Greg's DP does counter Ware's. I think the lack of vision probably spelled the doom for this Crusader AA. Greg's doing a very good job of spreading out. AT rifle just takes out the Brent carrier finally as well. Yeah, those mines a little bit further up, or even just like on the outskirts of the point surrounding it, I think it would have been a little bit better. Because Greg can definitely still just kind of sneak in. But the pack does finish off the Crusader AA. Look at this thing cooking. Oh. Beautiful. Beautiful work. Is that trying to get away? Oh, that was lame cook-off. I was hoping we were going to see a turret toss. But now that that's done, he's got a couple more minutes. Yeah, minute 49 until he can get one, another one, or the, I think that was 2:30 for the Staghound. He's also got some scouts coming up on the left flank here, based on the mini-map. So if I were Greg, I'm probably pushing him further up to get better vision as well. You could potentially see where's home point and the spawn, and just kind of know everything that's coming in, which is a great tactic, especially because Ware has nothing on his flank to protect that. Greg's put so much pressure on mid and onto Ware's home point that Ware's pretty much going straight. Ware's just on the back row at this point, it feels like, which is kind of rare for the British based on what I've seen him, how I've played with them. I don't normally find myself on a back foot, although I can kind of see why. I think this doctrine with those truck mounted guys is just kind of a wasted buy. A little more expensive, and just less guys. Let's see, so he's going to bring in a Sherman. It's probably Sherman 5. Let's take a look at Greg. Yeah, Greg's scouts are able to see into where spawn, so Greg knows exactly what's coming. Looks like on the mini-map, the truck did pull out the pack. He's also got a, what is that? I don't think that's a Maxim, but he does have a light machine gun emplacement coming up too. Sherman's pushing where the Crusader went down. Probably not the best idea, although the pack has moved over slightly. Although Greg is moving it up, from what we can see out in the distance. And we're still still lacking infantry, considering at the very least that this Sherman was a pretty hefty buy, MP-wise. If he has... Yeah, I doubt Greg has line of sight, but if he has range on this Sherman, he certainly had a nice, tasty shot. Oh, he does have range, and he's going straight for the front. And he penned, too. He's penning. Sherman took out a guy. I think that was with AP. Yeah, that's with AP. The turret's down. Oh, that's really unfortunate. He needs to get the Sherman out of there and repair it. And he's got to get those infantry up. He's just finally starting to spread them out. Must be some slight desync with the way this is aiming. There we go. And it looks like the Sherman has backed off sufficiently, and Greg is going to back up. Nice cheeky flamethrower on the point, and burn a couple of these. What are these paras coming in? Yeah, air landing. But he has started to decap at the very least, so we are going to go from a 2 down to a 1. Although, yeah, this Maxim is just tearing into his infantry as they run into the point. He's got to get something to deal with that. And Greg has a pretty nice lead as well by the 11-minute mark too, 7:21 to 2:11. So Greg can kind of buy his time, I think, based on this. And he seems to have the natural counter as well to any vehicles that Ware brings in. So I think Ware's best bet, what he really needs to do is he needs to spread his infantry out and kind of get them more onto his flank. He needs to find the guy that's going to spot everything that he spawns in. That's definitely detrimental. What is this? The howitzer? Alright, so he's going to move up a howitzer to try to shell the middle point. Greg knows it's coming based on what we saw. So he should be able to play it to the point where he's not going to really risk it. Hopefully he can move his guys around, not to do much. And we're finally bringing out some guys to his left. Well, they are a military police squad with 4 guys, so... And they are going to completely miss the recon guy over on the far left because they're just taking the road. I don't know if that's pathfinding or where he selected them to go, but... they'll at least spread out and kind of take up a position on his flank. Although I'd say it's a little late in the game for that. I probably would have recommended he do that early. At least a guy on his far flank, just to prevent what Greg actually did so far. But Greg has a recon squad. Looks like he's going to try to make another push onto Ware's home point. I don't know, maybe he feels the middle is a little out of his reach with Ware's kind of troops dug in and pushed up a little bit. But he does still have sufficient numbers, although they are just recons. Couple individual riflemen and then a flamethrower, but their cap should still, yeah, 3 with each guy coming in right there. It's down to 3 now, even with the paras and the British higher cap weight too. A couple of these extra riflemen should be able to flip this very easily. Yeah, we're already neutralized it. He's bringing up the pack very close. I would assume Ware can see this. He's got to be able to see it. Where's bringing in a truck over there on the road? Going into the middle. He's getting the guys out now. Ooh, and the howitzer does see it, so he does have line of sight. Whether that's from the middle or those MPs. Greg's down to 1 guy. He must be microing something else. Oh, finally notices. Crew's dead. Can you get the truck and the gun out? Ooh. That looked like it was short, but still somehow I guess maybe then just did enough damage to take out the gun. Truck's down as well now. where he's got more guys into the middle. So he is pushing the cap weight. Looks like the Sherman is back up as well now that the pack gun is down. Looks like Ware probably feels a little safer to kind of move it up and kind of put some pressure now. Looks like he's also moving up the howitzer. Ware has a pretty good hold on middle now with the Sherman and the howitzer coming up. Although the howitzer is on hold fire. I probably would have taken it off. And it does look like, based on the minimap, Greg is going to be doing a push onto Ware's point. I'll take a look at that in a second. So he's got recon and a vet squad coming in. We are at tier 2. No buys immediately from Greg. Ware goes for, interesting, Crusader. So he's going for another Crusader. Greg pulls out a BT-42. That should be able to make pretty decent work out of most of the things that Ware has. Yeah, let's check Ware's point of view, because these guys are running. Alright, one guy hit a mine, but the others were able to run straight on through. He just had to spread out some of those mines in the back a little bit further onto that point up front, and I think it would have been a little bit better to stop that advance. Where does now he sees it? I was gonna say he doesn't see the BT-42 initially. I don't know. Looks like maybe AI was starting to micro, but Greg does get the first shot. So he's gonna probably take it out. Where is bringing in another truck-mounted squad, and he brought the Crusader AA over to his point to help defend it. So he should be able to play for time there. The BT is absolutely decimating the Sherman 5, however. We'll see if he can get around and get a shot off before the BT does. Loading, probably the wrong ammo, and the gun is broken. That BT will now quickly make work of this Sherman, and then probably be able to take the middle. It's unlikely that Ware's able to do anything against that. Unless he goes probably with a DP buy. Let's see, maybe the Achilles. Achilles could probably do it, yeah. I don't think he needs the Sexton. Artillery, Signaler, he's got the infantry value. Achilles is probably it. I'd probably get that sooner rather than later. He's got to deal with that, because that's Greg's real close support at this point. And this is just going to make quick work. I wonder if this was a misclick with the infantry gun. Maybe. You hear Piat in the distance. Looks like he was maybe attempted to hit the BT, but looks like he probably missed. And now Greg is starting to decap. So where I was able to put a little more distance towards the point differential here. He did bring it back 688 to just under 500 now with that loss. So definitely holding better this time around than game 1. But he's gotta get a counter for this BT, because this BT can just do so much work on him. And it's just still really unfortunate that Greg has that guy in the spawn, and he's just gonna see everything he buys. So that there will be no surprises, unfortunately. He's moving over the Crusader, probably to help support. Ooh, where? The infantry gun, I hope he wasn't, yeah, I hope he wasn't direct controlling that. Infantry gun hits the Crusader, so that's a bit unfortunate. Crusader's gonna go to town, the infantry gun is now coming in as well. He's gotta get these arrows up there doing something. They're just kind of playing musical chairs around this log. So he's finally spreading out. Although the BT now takes out 2 of them. Concusses 2, pretty much kills the other 2. He's got the rest of the guys behind the building, and ooh, double flamethrowers are gonna make quick work. Although I don't know if some of those guys in the water might be okay. Looks like the Crusader might be out of HE ammo because it's now firing AP in. So I don't know if Ware notices that. Looks like he's busy microing this flamer. BT is going for the Crusader, so it's not going to matter about the ammo. In a second, I think I'll outrange it. And he's tracked as well, so there's no getting away. Looks like he's just going to spray. The AI is going to spray the AP. Some of Greg's infantry here. And Greg is back onto a 2 cap now as well, so he is ticking back up. So Greg is going to finish the Sherman. I would assume Ware was repairing that. So he stops the repair, probably damages it again. BT's now going to focus on the Crusader. Probably next shot, I'd assume that thing goes down. Ware's bringing up the infantry gun. He's trying to clear off the building. There goes the Crusader. I think Ware probably assumes that his guys are there, and he hits something and kills 3 of his guys. Did he hit the infantry again? Oh, and the BT. Really unfortunate luck with this infantry gun here, Where I like the idea of it. I think you just need something to deal with this BT, and you've got the MP for the tanks, but I don't know. What did you get? Is that the MP one? I would have gone with the DP one, I think. And then MP for more infantry. I think you're just so low on infantry at this point. And Greg's making a massive push. I like the idea, but I would have probably grabbed the Achilles from your DP buy. I think that would have been a little bit better for the circumstances. Because now you have no infantry, and I think, based on what we're watching here, Greg realizes this, and he is bum rushing you. He's got a Faust. Yeah, let's see. It's firing AP. Very interesting. And the Faust. Ooh, only tracks. That could have been better. He doesn't have a Panzerschreck though, so I'd expect this. Yeah, there we go. So the 3-inch is down and cooking off, and the infantry squad comes up. Yeah, I think that's likely it. Ooh, BT. Yeah, and he calls GG. Yeah, I would agree. What is that? Another Crusader coming up? Another infantry squad. Yeah, I can't see how I can beat that. Yeah. I don't think at this point there would be any way. I mean, you could still get the Achilles. And then if the Achilles takes out the BT and then you use this Crusader effectively, I think it's possible. You have the infantry. You just got to get the BT out of the way. Once the BT's out of the way, I think it's a bit better. Tanks seem like paper. Yeah. So that pack gun, especially the Sherman, I'm actually very surprised about that. How little inf you have, Greg. Little infantry, man. What are you talking about? The whole field is covered with infantry. Little infantry. What is your vision? What do you got? You still have 308, 155 out of 1. You can get more infantry at this point, man. What are you talking about? Crusaders down. It's Just minor micro. Yeah, I agree where. Greg's talking smoke at this point. Whole field is covered with infantry. He's got guys all over. He's got guys in your spawn. He's got guys on your point. You do have a truck full of guys, though, on your point. I'm just now remembering where, though. So, I mean, 7 guys here, 8 guys, but yeah, now it looks like you remember. Or getting down to the last couple units in your queue. I don't think they would have mattered, but you know, extra guys are extra guys, right? Griggs still has, looks like, room for singles, maybe. 183 out of 195. Nah, he's probably got enough for a new squad. A couple losses there, but this should be it as we are, looks like, winding down. Truck goes down. So, hope everyone enjoyed these 2 matches. Looks like this will be the end for Ware in this tournament. Appreciate you playing, bud. Greg will be moving on, so hopefully we can get a couple more matches of Greg's, and we'll see if we can maybe snag some of the other competitors as well. Maybe get a couple more videos up. But I do appreciate everyone watching, and hope you guys enjoyed. Definitely check us out. We'd love to have you in the ranked server, and have a wonderful holidays.